Timothy Lake. Quite beautiful. Oh, the video that I saw recently of a mountain lion sighting was the hiker was approaching the bridge and the mountain lion was coming across the other direction. And I think about that every time I cross a bridge. Just always good to be aware of your surroundings. If you let fear of every potential disaster or whatever stop you from doing anything, you sure are going to miss out on a lot. That's my opinion.
Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
The real fears are in everyday life, or the real dangers are in everyday life. Heart disease, cancer, stroke. There's another one. Heart disease, whatever. All those things caused by mainstream life. Those things kill millions of people every year. And yet we still line up for our Big Mac. Still drink our alcohol, smoke our cigarettes, eat things that cause all kinds of health risks, all kinds of health problems. And something like this, you know, which wild animal attacks, including mountain lions and bears, have caused maybe, I think in the last 100 years, maybe in the double digits, maybe the triple digits, deaths. And people fear this and stay home. When everyday life is literally killing millions of people. Doesn't make any sense. And don't you wonder, I mean, when you look at those facts, the fact that normal, everyday life, mainstream life, is literally killing millions every year. And yet, there's so much fear around doing something like this, getting out of the rut of mainstream life, and daring to go out into the wild, go out in the wilderness, get some exercise and some fresh air, and kind of experience a different pace of life. You have to wonder why there's so much fear around that. Why? What brought us to that point where we've come to fear like our very nature? I mean, this is us. This is where we came from. And yet we're so afraid of it. Because are we denying and ignoring the facts? You know, the fact that like a tiny percentage of people actually get hurt or die out here. I mean, that's a fact. Fact. Remember that? Remember those things? Remember facts? Facts? Remember that? I know, it's kind of like ancient history now when we actually relied on and believed in facts. But I don't know. When I start thinking about and wondering what prompted or what caused or what forces benefit by keeping us afraid, keeps coming back to media, big business, corporations. I mean, if we all just kind of dropped out and lived the way I live, life on my terms, really, living the way I want to make a living, taking 3 months off to hike if I want, really kind of defining my own life. If we all did that, where would all the labor go? You know, because we're all enslaved really by mortgages and rent and a standard of living that we're all supposed to aspire to, called the American dream. I mean, if we all stopped buying into that lie, that fallacy of what we're supposed to be, who would be hurt by that? Think about it. Who would be hurt by that? If all of a sudden millions upon millions of Americans just woke up and said, you know what? This is a lie. This isn't what I want. Or maybe I've achieved the American dream and this isn't, I'm still not happy. I'm not content. What if millions of Americans woke up and said, all right, you know what? I'm going to live life on my terms. No more 9 to 5, 40 hours, 60 hours a week, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, working for somebody else, trying to make a life work that just doesn't fit me anymore. If we all started doing that, basically our economy would collapse, right? Capitalism would collapse. At least capitalism as we know it. There's nothing that says it can't change, it can't transform, it can't evolve like every other system. But there are powers that are invested in keeping it exactly the way it is. And guess what? Those powers aren't you and me. Stuff to think about. It's stuff I think about on the trail. And it's stuff that TV, music, ebooks, the busy of everyday life, the running around, the doing this, the doing that, the errands, all this stuff in mainstream life, keep us from thinking about stuff like that. Yeah. The light path on my shoulders makes me happy. I should do a whole CD of remakes for hiking. John Denver, right? A light path on my shoulders. There's gonna be a footache tonight. A footache tonight, I know. There's gonna be a footache tonight. A footache tonight, I know. Oh, Lord, I know. You can beat around the bush and you can step over a log. You can... Okay, people are going to think I'm nuts. I'm singing to myself. Yep. Argentina, Bolivia, Calcutta, Denmark, England, Finland, Germany. Gonna be a footache tonight, a footache tonight, I know. Iceland, Japan, Kathmandu, Liberia, Mexico. I know. Oh Lord, I know. Nairobi. No, what did I say? Not Nairobi. Nicaragua, Argentina, Bolivia, Calcutta, Denmark. How much stronger do I have to get for a 700-foot climb to not be so damn hard? Oh my God. I'm 50. I keep reminding myself that I'm 50. And I've got 25 pounds on my back. And this is hard. Much better mood today though. At least my feet don't hurt. And I'm on my way to a 0 day. I looked over and this literally took my breath away. Is that Mount Hood? Wow. It's washed out. I spent the last 3 days in town for resupply. I had a problem with the resupply. They only held it 2 weeks. I assumed all general delivery was a month. So have the other hikers that I've talked to. They thought the same thing, but they sent it back after 2 weeks. And so I had to sit there and wait for it to get resent. And so I've spent the last 3 days in a hotel after just spending 3 days in a hotel, I don't know, like 10 days ago. So it's a little hard for me. I notice I get just a little down, you know. I mean, I'm in a hotel watching TV. You know, I go out, and I'm working. But anyway, it's besides the point. I'm back on the trail, like literally not even 15 minutes now, back on the trail after picking up my resupply this morning. I am getting really close to the Washington border. Not sure how much further I'm going to go. It's really hard. I'm really challenged physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm really challenged, and you know, I gave myself permission when I started that if I couldn't go the entire way, I wouldn't. And I don't know. I just don't know that I'm having fun. Oregon's been really boring for the most part. That I'm gonna kind of play it by ear when I get to the Washington border and see how I feel when I get there. Washington is definitely going to be the more scenic part of the hike, so it just kind of depends on how my feet feel between now and Washington. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just kind of tired. I'm exhausted, to be honest. Even with 3 days of rest, I'm exhausted. My body hurts, and it's a lot. You know, it's a lot. This isn't an easy thing to do. But stay tuned. Some of the best scenery is yet to come. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. And I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. And thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you.